Initial reservoir pressure is one of these things we need to have an estimate of on every single well that we're doing, a lot of different types of analysis, frankly. Uh, there's different ways to get the initial reservoir pressures. DFIT is one example. It can be gradient based, etc. And today I'm going to show you a method that's become widely adopted in Whitson Plus the last year. You can do it on every single well. It's very practical. And it also ensures that you get very consistent RTA results on the back end of it. And we call it, estimating initial reservoir pressure from IPR analysis. It was kind of an idea that was originally proposed at at Whitcon last year from Sam, our friend Sam. He had a great presentation on the concept there. Then we learned that several of our clients were actually doing this in internal Excel sheets, etc. Peter was working at Southwestern at the time, showed us kind of their workflow. So we implemented based on that request, and he also presented on that in one of the knowledge shares earlier this year. So we'll make sure to include those two presentations if you want more information about this in the show notes. The objective of this particular video is just to show you how you can do it in the software. One thing that can be relevant to just highlight is you can do this with both daily data and flowback data. Typically, you do it on the early data that you have available, but in general, typically we would say that you get better results if you're using hourly data versus daily data. But you work with the data you have. I think that's the key. And in Whitson Plus, if you pull it up, in the bottom hole pressure feature, there's a lot of very nice functionality up here to the right. One of them is, for instance, to visualize your wellbore configuration versus time right here that you can see by toggling and untoggling here. So if there's been a change in, you install tubing, gas lift, etc., that comes right there. The feature that we're going to discuss or talk about in this quick video is this guy right here, estimate initial reservoir pressure up here. Opens this little dashboard. It has an auto-fit feature that you can use. I'm personally, in general, I'm a spray gun guy, but for this purpose, I actually like the lasso fit. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to lasso the data right here. That the data I think is relevant. And I'm going to include 10 days here, and I'm going to back calculate. What happens if I change this number? Let's say I made it 5 days, for instance. It would just remove the days, and this is in total days. So if you not data points. So if you actually had hourly data and you use 10, it would be 10 times 24, so it'll be 240 data points that would show up on the screen right here. If I click save right here now, the initial reservoir pressure here for the well will be changed, and that will cascade through all these features down here to the left.